So I thought I'd make a short little video on some what I consider essential changes for this game to make it playable, because by default this game, well, it's less than ideal. Namely, we're talking about how with this game at least, the physics is calculated based on the amount of FPS you have. So if you have a really high amount of FPS, then the physics engine will go bananas. You will be running like Sonic. Animations will be playing faster than they should be and will potentially desync. Now this is obviously not ideal, and we don't want this. Another thing is you might notice that your sensitivity is not the same for the X and Y axis. You might notice that X feels quite fast, but Y is quite slow. Especially if you're playing on lower sensitivities. It's very noticeable, and it's quite annoying because it makes aiming a pain. So I'll show you right now how to fix those two issues specifically. Those two issues that haunt me, that just, if not fixing, makes this game pretty bad. So let's start with the physics issue, I suppose. So I'm going to be showing first on how to do this on Nvidia. So if you have an Nvidia card, just open the Nvidia control panel. You just right click the desktop, hit Nvidia control panel. Then you want to go to manage 3D settings, program settings, and then you want to find Fallout 4 in this list. If you don't have it, add it. You want to make sure it's Fallout 4 EXE, not Fallout 4 Launcher EXE. After you have Fallout 4 EXE selected, you want to scroll down until you find max frame rate. This you want to set to on, and this you want to set to 60, because anything above 60 will make the game, well, not run well. It will make it run faster. Now, there are ways to fix this issue without capping the frame rate, like using the high FPS physics fix, but then again, that requires mods, and that requires a script extender, which I don't really like modding my games. I want the full pure vanilla experience, so for me, I just do this. And usually when it comes to games like shooters, I want the highest FPS possible, but considering that this is a single player game, I don't think it matters that much. It's fine. So just apply that, boom. Now the game will not be running at anything higher than 60 FPS. So now that issue is fixed. And now for the AMD part, you have to open the Adrenaline software. You go to the gaming tab, you find Fallout 4, and there's this option called Radeon Chill. You enable that, and then you just put the FPS, so again, 60. This is video by the Momaw. I'll be linking this video in the description. Thank you so much for having this as an available resource. Helps out a lot. After that, I'm just gonna make sure I close the game. It might have, nope, it doesn't apply until I restart. Let me just quit the game real quick. After that, we wanna make sure that for the sensitivity issue here, you want to make sure you go to Documents, My Games, Fallout 4, and then you have Fallout 4.ini. In here, you want to do a Control F for search, and want to search for heading, and you'll find here F mouse heading X scale and Y scale. You'll see that they're set to the same value, so you'd think that they'd be the same, but alas, no, they're not. And since, for me at least, the Y is slow. The Y, so up and down, is slower than left to right. X is left to right, Y is up and down. I want to make Y faster, and I've noticed that about doubling it makes it about the same. So I'd change this from 0.021 to 0.042, and then just make sure you save that and close. And then after that, you just launch the game. Sure, it will be running at 60 FPS, but then again, I feel like that's a fair trade-off for having the game just run. You might wonder why Bethesda didn't just add the fix, considering that it's a thing in Fallout 76. They fixed it there. You'd think that backporting it to Fallout 4 wouldn't be that much of an issue. I totally agree. I don't see why they haven't done it. This is supposed to be a next-gen update, and alas, it is not fixed. But yeah, now, again, on the recording you probably will not be able to tell the difference, but now it is indeed locked to 60 FPS, and yeah, looking down, whatever, I can actually jump. Oh yeah, that's also another thing. If you are running an uncapped FPS, for some reason you just will barely be able to jump, but now you can actually jump quite high, so that's another thing. And now up and left to right is about the same sensitivity. And I also thought that while we're at it, I might as well discuss some other things that might be making your game crash or just make it run horribly. So if you open the launcher for the game and you go into options here for the video settings, running ultra is fine, but there are some things we want to change in advanced. So first of all, make sure that weapon debris is turned off. This is one of these things that just for some reason has not been fixed. Weapon debris, it's a cool feature, but it does not work. If you have this enabled, anytime you shoot, the game will just crash to desktop. It is not working as intended on newer Nvidia GPUs. I don't know how it is for AMD. I don't know if AMD even has a feature. On Nvidia, on newer cards, this feature, it just does not work. It's set off by default, so if you have this on and your game is crashing a lot, turn this off. It might just fix that. Another thing is God ray quality. God rays on Ultra specifically are really taxing on the system. They make the game run like absolute ass. So if your game is running really bad, set this to anything except for Ultra. Hell, I'll even turn it off. I don't really care that much about God rays. And turning it off, it just makes the game run way better. So yeah, I just do this. I just do this personally. And that's about it. Then you can press OK and just play the game. So I hope that this short little video helped. It certainly makes the game a lot more bearable. Let me just say that. Without these tweaks, yeah, I don't know. It makes the game just not as enjoyable. So hope this short video helped. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment for any further questions if you have any, and I'll be sure to answer them. But yeah, thank you.